Showtime. Showtime. Yes, happy Monday, folks. It's Monday. Let's get right into it. We are here live trying to take some questions. Yes, get in so we can get started. Just waiting for you to get in so we can get started. What's happening? Just want to answer some questions tonight, 6 p.m., 6:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's get right into it. We'll talk about national interest waiver. Then we'll talk about the I-485 interview based on VAWA, what to expect. Yes, we got one person already. Say hi in the comments. Where are you? How are you doing this lovely Monday, September 11th? Yeah, you know, September 11th is a day where people celebrate, not like celebrating, but remembering the lost. Yeah, so if you're here, say hi in the comments so we can get started. Yes. Hi. Hi, Silly. How are you? Hi, Haitian Unknown. How are you? Hi from Up Customer. How are you? Yeah, we got 7 people. Please go ahead and like. Please go ahead and share so we can get started. So I want to talk a little bit first of all about I-485 interview based on VAWA. So the question that was asked was, um, my VAWA has been approved. Are they going to call me for the interview? That's the common question. The answer is it just depends, right? So some people, when their VAWA application get approved, they don't call them for the green card interview. But some people, they do call them. Like I have an interview to attend to in Ohio, in Cincinnati, Ohio, this Friday. I have to be there this Friday, but the interview is going to be next Monday. This is based on VAWA that was approved. However, they need an interview for the green card. Why? I don't know. But usually when they ask for interview, it's because there are certain questions, okay? Eligibility questions that need to be answered in person so they can reevaluate the case. Remember, VAWA has its own requirement and green card has its own requirements, okay? You might get approved for a VAWA and still be denied for a green card. It happens all the time. So then the question was, well, am I going to get an interview? Well, you can even get interview for the VAWA petition itself, okay? Or you might not get interview for the VAWA because it's so clear, but you might get interview for the green card. Maybe you had the fraudulent marriage before. That's why they're trying to interview, or maybe something else happened. So basically, they're trying to assess the eligibility requirement for the green card. So the question is, what am I supposed to expect? Well, number one, you have to expect that they're not allowed to ask you questions about the abuse, okay? If you're going to an interview for a green card based on VAWA, so you want to just status based on VAWA, the number one thing you have to know is that they are not going to ask you a question uh, based on your abuse. And if they ask you a question based on abuse, you can decline to respond to it because they no longer have jurisdiction over that VAWA petition because it's already been approved. However, they can still ask you question about the marriage in question, okay? Because they still want to see whether it was a good faith marriage. So you have to come up with all the evidence pertaining to that marriage, really to just show that it was a good faith marriage. It's just ended it because of abuse, or it's just because of abuse that you are in the situation that you are now. So that's exactly what you expect. Hi, Danny, how are you? So that's why I'm trying to talk about it, because some people think like, well, my VAWA got approved, but am I gonna? Why they calling me for the green card interview? Yes, they're calling you for the green card interview because they still have to pretty much go through the green card eligibility requirements. Remember, we always talk about admissibility issues or inadmissibility issues, whether or not a person is admissible to the United States. That's when the green card come into play. Like, they have to check all those check marks. Okay. And the other question was, well, if they already asked me for the medical examination, are they going to call me for the interview? Yes, they might call you for the interview. It just depends, case by case basis. In the meantime, if somebody has a question, just put it in the comment, okay? Because we're talking about serious stuff here. If you have a question, just put it in the comment. And don't forget to go and like and share at the same time too. Yes, don't forget to like and share so we can continue, okay? Yeah, as a recap, what to expect, I-485, the same thing, just be prepared because they're going to ask about the marriage, good fit marriage, okay? They want to check your application, find out whether or not there's some misrepresentation going on, okay? They really have to just verify. But just keep in mind that they're not allowed to ask you about the abuse because they no longer have jurisdiction over the I-130 petition. So over the I-360, I keep saying I-130, over the I-360 petition, because once it is approved, the field office where you're going to be interviewed for the green card, they no longer have jurisdiction over that, okay? App customer, you can always try to expedite, okay? But remember that there are reasons to expedite, right? Reason can be urgent need to travel for humanitarian reason, disability of a qualifying relative, death in the family, death of the qualifying relative, serious sickness, stuff like that. But any reason you can give them, if it's humanitarian, well, you never know. It might be granted or not. It doesn't cost anything to actually ask them. You just ask them and see what happens, okay? So the difficult one is to expedite the green card application, but those I-130 petition, it can be expedited because it's really not like big deal, quite frankly. Yeah, you can try. You can always try, okay? Always try. It doesn't cost you anything to try. You're welcome. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, really, about this interview. And now I want to talk a little bit about this employment-based national interest waiver, because I had a question about it last time. I guess there's a potential client who wants to apply for it. So I want to go over it a little bit again today so that we can have a sense if someone is qualified, excuse me, then they can apply, okay? Let me get right into it. Then I'm gonna share some latest immigration news. I saw two news. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, so yeah, EB2, right? This is the second preference, employment-based immigration. What are the conditions? Okay, first of all, advanced degree. Okay, the job in question that you're applying must require an advanced degree. Okay, if you don't have a master's degree, the person can have a bachelor degree plus 5 years of experience in the field. That's the key word here. Either you have a master's degree or you have a 5 years experience in the field plus bachelor degree. And you have met the specify a requirement on the labor certification, okay? Then you have exceptional ability. You must be able to show exceptional ability in the science, art, business. Exceptional ability means a degree of expertise significantly above that ordinary person, like above average, Okay. So, and then you go to those criteria, 3. If you meet those 3 criteria here, then you're good, right? You have a degree, you have letters from current or former employer, a license to practice in the profession in question, evidence that you have commanded salary, membership in a professional association, recognition, but you can just go with 3 here, okay? And labor certification is really when you're not applying for national, because if you're doing the national interest waiver under EB2 category, you do not need labor certification, okay? You don't need it because you can show that you're requesting the job because the proposed endeavor has substantial merit and national importance. That's when we talk about entrepreneurs, because they can create jobs. That's how you can show to this U.S. government that the job in question has substantial merit and national importance, okay? And that you are well positioned to advance. Well positioned simply means that you have the degree, the necessary education to do the job, okay? And on the balance, it will be beneficial for the government to waive the job offer. That's when we show the, like, for example, let's say the person is a DACA recipient. At that point, we can say, well, you know, because with DACA, there's no future with it as we know it up to now. Then if you waive that labor certification, well, then this person can just apply on their own and get the green card on their own. So that's how we argue that. So I wanted to show this one, and I wanted to show Schedule A, because if you're part of Schedule A, you don't need the labor certification approval. You can fill out the form itself without it being approved. Okay, those are for nurses, physical therapists, even like professor, like school teacher, college professors. They fall into labor A certification under EB2. You see, EB2 second preference. It's better than actual EB1, because EB1 the standard is very high, but EB2 is kind of like not too high, not too low, but in the middle, right between EB1 and EB3. So EB2 is in the middle. So this one is something like you can really, if you know somebody or it's yourself, you can really like check it out and see what's going on. So let me share the news. What is going on with the news? Yeah, affirmative asylum applicant must provide interpreters starting September 13. Yeah, you gotta bring your own interpreter. This is crazy. So anyway, that starting September 13, 2023, you must bring an interpreter to your asylum interview if you're not fluent in English, or you wish to proceed with the interview in a language other than English. You have to bring your own interpreter, okay? And then we have TPS that has been extended for El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, and Sudan for 18 months. Okay. Yeah. So, which is good too for those people here, especially like Haiti. They have a lot going on there. So, yeah, that's really good news. They can just renew it. Let me stop right here. Yeah, I want to take questions. Questions. If you have a question, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, question. I'm here for questions. That's when I answer questions. If you don't have a question, I'm just going to stop for today and come back tomorrow, okay? Question. Just put it in the comment. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. If you have a question, just put it in the comment. Waiting for a question, waiting for a question. I just want to see how many people just like this video. Okay, we got a lot of likes based on what the people that are here, right? So if you have a question, just put it in the comment so we can answer your question. Yeah, if there's no question, I'm just gonna hang up. Lane Construction, you're here. Please go ahead and like and put your question in the comment. If you have a question, yeah, just put it. You have a question, just we're waiting for you. Just put in your question. Put your question so we can answer it, okay? We're giving you some minutes to put your question in so we can answer it. Yes, if you have a question, just put it in the comment. So we're just taking questions tonight. Let me see who has a question here. Oh, you married 3 years ago, and why it's taking too long? Where did you file your green card application? Is it Baltimore? Baltimore right now is like 3 years, right? 2 years and a half. Oh, you have to go to interview in Rio de Janeiro. Oh my God. Did you file for your I-601A? Because the I-601A is taking forever too. Did you file for it? Yeah, if you, oh, you're just waiting for the interview. I know right now, let's in Nigeria, the waiting time is like 18 months for the interview. In Haiti, I don't know. In Rio de Janeiro, I don't know. But the waiting time is 18 months for some other country that I know. I don't know about your country. Yes, always say, did you try expedite request? You can try to expedite that and see if we get, you can say, try to expedite. Expedite request always work. Let me share expedite request. Not always, but sorry. Let me rephrase it. Expedite request is something that anybody can try. It's free. You can try it and see if it works. Your case get expedited because we did it for some of our applicants. Their case got approved. So now we have to move on to the next step. So it's always something you can try, okay? So that's what I meant to say. Does it work all the time? No. Expedite request. Let me see. Let's see if I have a question. Thanks. Okay, let me try to share about expedite requests. Okay, so you have an idea how it works. Let me share my screen here. Yeah, prayer can work too, right? Prayer can work. So try it. Oh, see, you have a question for the ID. What? My case is still pending in my door. Well, here in Maryland, if the case is still pending, what they do, they can give you, I don't know about this your state, but here in Maryland, what they do, they can give you a temporary one for 6 months. What you do, you bring your birth certificate and then the receipt of your pending application. So yeah, that's what they do here in Maryland. They can renew it incrementally, like 6 months. After 6 months, you can try again, talk to a manager. But I don't know about other states, how they do it, where the case is still pending. Here they're renewing, but they're not going to give you like the government one. They'll give you a state one. Yeah, that's it. So that's what they're doing here. Let me share my screen. Okay, expedite request. Okay. So how to make an expedite request? First of all, if you are a healthcare worker or a child care worker, right? Or a child care worker who has a pending I-765 employment initial application, you see, not the first one, the initial one, yes, which has been pending for 90 days, and you are a healthcare worker or a child care worker, you can ask for them to expedite. Okay, that's for the initial one if it has been pending for more than 90 days. Okay, but if you have an application, renew application whose employment authorization has expired within 30 days or already expired, you gotta be a healthcare care worker or a child care worker in order to benefit from this expedite for employment, sorry, for work authorization. Okay, that's number one. But in general, while USCIS consider all expedite requests on case-by-case basis, they might require additional information to support a request and has the sole discretion. This is the key word here. Sole discretion to decide whether to accommodate or not. We just did one recently, got denied for a work permit. Yeah, but we have had chances before, but the recent one just got denied. I don't even think they read it. Anyway, so what are the reasons? Okay, severe financial loss to a company or a person, provided that the need for urgent action is not the result of the petition. If you're gonna lose the job and it's gonna cause serious financial loss, you can ask for expedite request. But provided that you filed the benefit timely and you responded to requests of evidence timely as well. Okay. So what are other reasons? Humanitarian reason, emergency. Okay. What is considered emergency? Anything related to human welfare. They give example here, but not limited to only that, right? So illness, disability, extreme living condition, death in the family, or critical need to travel to obtain medical treatment in a limited amount of time. So you can ask for those reasons. This is if a nonprofit can ask for you too, if they're gonna lose benefit. This is for government too, if the job is related to a government agency. And if this one too overlook, if it's a clear US error, they made a mistake themselves, yes, you can ask them. But remember, they say that not every circumstance that fits in one of those will result in expedited request. It's just case by case. But if I am in a position to try, I'll try, because it doesn't cost anything. Okay, stop sharing. So any more questions? I don't think we have questions. Any more questions? So we can just stop here for today and come back tomorrow, okay? If you have additional questions, just comment on the videos. I might, sorry, I might come back to them later on, okay? Yeah, and please share as well. Until next time, bye-bye. Thank you.